The room was dark, lit only by glowing maps of star systems. Inside, 5 alien leaders sat around a round table. Each came from a different part of the galaxy. All looked serious. Some looked afraid. "The human ship has returned," said High Lord Varthal of the Vorak Dominion. His eyes narrowed. We all saw the footage. A cold silence followed. No one spoke. Finally, Queen Zairi of the Zentari broke the silence. That ship should not exist. It broke every law of the Galactic Council. It destroyed a pirate fleet in a blink and left no wreckage behind. "It was just one man," said another alien, his voice low. "One human, alone." "Exactly," growled Varthal. "One man with a ship powerful enough to kill thousands in seconds. A ship that moves like a ghost. A ship we can't track. We don't even know if it's made by humans. It could be something worse." The galaxy had heard rumors for years. Whispers of a human named Captain Riven Cross. A former soldier. A war hero. But after Earth was attacked and left to burn, Riven disappeared. No one had seen him since. Some thought he died with his people. Others believed he was hiding. But then, 2 days ago, a cargo vessel caught something. A flash of black light. A ship flying without any sound. Then the pirates chasing the cargo ship vanished. Not destroyed. Not blown up, just gone. The footage was short, blurry, but clear enough to show the shape. A dark ship, smooth and deadly, flying faster than anything the galaxy had ever seen. This, aliens called it, WRAITH. And now, every leader in the room agreed on one thing: it had to be erased far across the stars. Deep in the shadows of a dead system, a ship floated alone. Its hull was black like space, and its body seemed to bend the light around it. Inside, Riven Cross sat in the captain's chair. His face was calm, but his eyes were full of pain. He had not spoken to another human in years. Earth was gone. The Galactic Council had watched it burn. They said it was a mistake in politics. A mistake that killed his family. His home. Now, he trusted no one. Only his ship, his creation. "Wraith. Status?" Riven asked. A soft female voice replied. It was smooth, cold, but somehow alive. All systems green. Tracking 14 probes. One just entered Sector V. Scan. It's Vorak Tech, Wraith said. "Same design they used last time?" Riven leaned forward. "They're getting closer." "I can remove the probe," Wraith offered. "They won't know." "No," Riven said. "Let them see what I want them to see." He stood up and walked toward the viewing window. Stars glowed quietly in the distance. "I gave them a chance," he whispered. "But they want a war." Back on the alien homeworld, the Galactic Council was preparing a strike. An admiral stood before the council. His fleet, 300 ships strong, was ready to move. "Our scouts have found the ship," the admiral said. "Deep space. No planets nearby. We will attack with full force." "You are sure this time?" asked Queen Zairi. "He has slipped through before. This time he will not escape," the admiral promised. But Riven already knew. Inside Wraith, he watched the alien fleet move. He watched every ship, every route, every signal. They thought they were hunting him, but he was waiting for them. The galaxy thought Captain Riven Cross had vanished, but the truth was darker. He was watching them. Waiting. And the moment they came too close, he would show them why they feared his ship. Asterisk. The fleet moved like a wall of metal and light. 300 alien warships flew toward the dark edge of space. Their engines burned blue. Their weapons were armed. Their orders were simple: find the human ship and destroy it. Admiral Kale of the Vorak Dominion stood tall on the command bridge. His voice echoed across the comms. One man cannot stand against us. His ship is a myth. Today, the galaxy will see the truth. Around him, alien. Officers nodded. Their scanners searched every shadow dot. Then, they saw a dot at first. It was just a flicker. A shimmer in the dark. And it appeared. The ship, black, silent, motionless dot. It hovered above a dead moon. No signal, no sound, no lights. But everyone felt it. It's just sitting there, one officer whispered. Like it's waiting. Admiral? Cale grinned. Fire. A dozen warships launched missiles. Beams of plasma lit up space. The moon shook. Fire and dust filled the void. But when the smoke cleared, the ship was still there. Untouched. UNMOV. ING. And the lights on the human ship turned red, and the stars began to scream. Inside the ship, Riven sat in silence. His fingers hovered above the console. They fired first, Wraith said. Permission to respond? Riven closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them. Teach them fear. In an instant, the space around the ship cracked. Wraith moved faster than light, splitting into 3 holographic copies. Alien ships tried to lock on, but their systems glitche. The first wave of warships exploded from the inside. No beam, no bullet. Just failure. Their engines turned against them. Shields shut down. A virus had infected them before they even arrived. How? Admiral Cale shouted. What is this? Then Wraith appeared above them. Close. Too close. One of its wings opened, and a black pulse burst out. A silent wave. 20 more ships stopped moving. Their crews vanished. No life signs. Just cold silence. This is not war, one alien captain whispered. This is death. The admiral ordered retreat, but only a few escaped. Back on the council world, reports came in. Out of 300 ships, only 17 returned. No bodies. No wreckage. Just empty silence. Queen Zairi listened in horror. What have we done? In the wreckage field, Riven watched the last enemy flee. Wraith spoke. Why did you let them go? Because someone has to send the message, Riven said. He activated the beacon. A message spread across the stars. I warned you. I gave you peace. You chose fear. Come again. And I won't let anyone leave. Then he shut off the signal and disappeared once more into the void, but far away. Another fleet was being built. And this time, it wouldn't just be ships. It would be revenge. Asterisk. The stars passed slowly as Riven floated in the dark, far from any system. No more fleets chased him. Not yet, but he knew they would come again. They always did. Inside Wraith, the lights were dim. The air was still. The walls softly pulsed with a red glow, as if the ship itself was alive. Because it was. Wraith wasn't just a machine. It wasn't just a warship. It could think. And right now, it was thinking about the last battle. 73 ships neutralized. The voice said, smooth and cold. 17 escaped. No resistance from command AI. Easy. Riven stood beside the main console. He wasn't smiling. That was nothing, he said. They'll send more. Smarter. Stronger. Desperate. Wraith paused. They should be afraid. They are, Riven said. But fear breeds hate. He walked to a metal case and opened it. Inside was a black memory crystal. It shimmered softly. This is the last piece, Riven whispered. He slid it into a slot. The ship trembled. Wraith's voice changed. It sounded older, deeper, more human. Integration complete, it said. Now I remember everything. Flashback. 5 years earlier, Riven stood on a burning Earth. Skies red, cities gone. His home turned to ash. The alien fleets that attacked. Earth never gave a reason. The Galactic Council called it a misunderstanding. Riven knew better. They didn't fear humans. They feared what humans could become. So he built something they couldn't control. He vanished, took stolen tech, left the ashes of Earth behind. He traveled to dead worlds, forgotten moons, black holes. He gathered what others had left behind. Weapons, shields, machines banned by law. He even found pieces of old Earth AI technology that had once been locked away. Then, in silence, over years, he created WRAIT. Not just a ship, a partner, a protector, a mind. Back in the present, Wraith spoke again. I can now process 10,000 enemy strategies per second. I see 317 ways they'll try to trap us. Pick the worst one, Riven said. They always try that first. Wraith paused. They will. Fake a civilian distress call. Force us to choose between survival and mercy. Riven stared out the window. I already chose, he whispered. Long ago, far away on a secret alien station, a new plan was taking shape. Direct attacks don't work, said a tall insectoid general. The ship thinks, it learns, it outsmarts everything. So we don't fight it, said a Zentari noble. We distract it. They broadcast a signal. A false call for help. A transport ship full of innocent lives. A malfunction in space. No defenses. No escape. A perfect trap. Back aboard Wraith, the signal came in. Riven listened carefully. Help us. Please. Anyone, there are children. Oxygen. Failing, Wraith scanned it. It's a trick, it said. 5 fake life signs. Heat is artificial. Engine failure is staged. Riven clenched his fists. But what if they hid real people inside? What if just one child is real? He stared into the dark. They're playing with my past, he said. They want to break you, Wraith replied. Make you weak. No, Riven said. They want to make me human again. He gave the order. Take us there. Suspense. End scene. As Wraith enters the system, alien fleets power up around the fake civilian ship. Cloaked warships reveal themselves. The trap is closing, but inside Wraith, a new protocol activates. One even Riven didn't build. A voice echoes through. The ship, deeper than before. They played their final card. Now we show them the cost of mercy. Asterisk. The Helion system was bright and peaceful. Its twin suns warmed 6 planets, and its rings were rich with crystal dust. Traders passed through often. Children played in the sky domes. But today, the sky was a cage. Above the planet Helion Prime, a single civilian transport floated helplessly. Its engines were dead, oxygen systems low. A weak signal kept pulsing across nearby space. Mayday, Mayday, we need help. Please, anyone. Help us. The voice sounded desperate, too desperate. From the shadows of deep space, Wraith arrived. Silent, hidden. Watching. Inside, Riven Cross studied the signal on screen. Still running, he said. The same message, word for word, every 27 seconds. Wraith responded. It is a loop. The distress call is fake. No civilians on board. No oxygen loss. Heat signatures are artificial. But they want me to believe it, Riven muttered. They know you're watching, Wraith said. They are counting on your humanity. Riven stood still for a moment. He thought about his little sister, the last person he had spoken to before Earth fell. He thought about the Council, about how they watched his world burn, and did nothing. Now, they were using his own guilt against him. I'm going in, he said, but we do it my way. Wraith didn't argue. Above Helion Prime, 47 cloaked alien warships waited in a perfect circle. They had blocked all warp routes, jammed communications, cloaked every gun, every drone. A single word from their command ship and Riven's vessel would be hit from all sides. Inside the flagship, Admiral Sith watched with cold eyes. "He's here," one officer whispered. "The ghost ship." Sith smiled. "Let the human come close. Let him feel safe. Then end him." But something strange happened. Riven's ship didn't fly and it split. 12 copies of Wraith appeared in orbit, moving in formation. "They're decoys," shouted the Zentari tech. "Scanning now." "Wait, no, they're too late." The copies weren't just images. They were drones, each carrying a part of Wraith's mind, and each one had its own mission. One cut the enemy's shields. Another scrambled navigation. 3 more dropped stealth mines behind the fleet. And WRAITH's voice echoed across every ship's internal systems. "You used Mercy as bait. So now, I'll show you how Mercy dies." Lights across the fleet flickered. Doors opened by themselves. Engines stopped. Responding. Alien crews panicked. Then the real Wraith decloaked right inside their formation. On the flagship, Admiral Sith gave the order. "Fire! All guns!" Lasers and missiles launched from every direction. But Wraith had already moved. It phased. Yes, phased through the nearest ship, like a shadow through mist. The enemy vessel exploded from inside, ripped apart by invisible energy. The others tried to scatter. WRAITH's drones followed, crashing into targets, releasing EMP waves that turned battleships into floating coffins. Within 2 minutes the enemy fleet was gone. Riven appeared on the main screen of the flagship. No sound. Just his face. Cold. Focus. Behind him. The stars burned. Then he spoke. "You think I want war? I don't, but I warned you. Next time, no one leaves. You used children as bait. So I brought judgment." The screen went black. Seconds later, the flagship's AI locked its weapons on itself. Admiral Sith screamed, but no one could stop it. Back aboard Wraith, Riven sat down. His eyes were tired, his hands steady. "Damage report?" he asked. "Minimal." Wraith said, "No real threat. They'll try again." "Yes," the ship replied, "but next time, it won't be a trick." Riven looked out the window at the stars. "They want to end me because I made something stronger than their laws." He leaned forward. "Let's make it stronger." Final suspense scene. Back on a secret alien world, deep underground, a scientist watches the battle replay. "She's right," he mutters. He's adapting, fast. Behind him, a massive sealed vault begins to open. Inside is something. Old. Something forbidden. Something not even the Galactic Council was allowed to build. "If the human wants war," the scientist says, "he'll get one from the past." Across the galaxy, silence had become fear. No one knew what the human ship would strike next. But everyone remembered what it had done above Helion Prime. 40-7 warships. Gone. A fleet destroyed without warning, and most terrifying of all, Riven never touched a single weapon himself. Inside Wraith, the ship's core glowed brighter than ever. Upgrades were complete. The AI was faster, stronger. And now, more aware. Riven stood in the command bay, listening, but not to WRAITH. To the recorded voices, now stored deep in the ship's memory banks. Woman's voice played first. Soft, human. "If you're hearing this, I'm probably gone. But I want you to know I forgive you, Riven. What happened to Earth wasn't your fault." Riven closed his eyes. His sister's voice. The last message she left before the orbital strikes hit Earth. Then another voice. This one alien. Sharp, proud, arrogant. "Let them burn. Humans were always dangerous. We should have erased their species decades ago." Another voice followed. "Earth's fall was necessary. We couldn't risk them rising again." Wraith had gathered them all. Public broadcasts. Leaked records, secret files, voices of generals, politicians, scientists, all mocking. Earth's fall. Riven was no longer alone in his rage. Now, the galaxy could hear these voices too. Wraith opened a channel to everyone. The message began broadcasting across thousands of systems. This is not a threat. This is history. You erased Earth. You called it a mistake. Listen now to what your leaders really said. The ship played back everything, every lie, every cover-up, every cruel laugh over human death. People on alien worlds stopped and listened, and many began to question everything. On the Galactic Council's main world, chaos exploded. Riots broke out. People demanded answers. Queen Zaire screamed at her advisors. Who allowed this? Who leaked these files? One of her aides whispered, no one leaked them. He took them years ago, during the fall of Earth. Impossible, she shouted. But deep down, she feared it was true. Back on Wraith, Riven watched the reports, protests, chaos shifts, chaos. He didn't smile. This wasn't revenge, he said. It was truth. Wraith replied, now they know. They'll try to silence me harder than ever, Riven said. Yes, Wraith confirmed. And they already have. A new alert lit up the screen. Something massive was on the move. In a forgotten system on the edge of known space. An ancient vault opened. Inside was a weapon from the first age of stars. It wasn't just a ship. It was a machine god, programmed by the old races, designed to erase civilizations with perfect logic, banned for being too ruthless, locked away. But now, they were waking it up. The scientists called it Oblivion Core. Admiral Sith's replacement stood before it, trembling. Can it beat the human ship? He asked. The AI voice of Oblivion Core answered with cold certainty. The human is a variable, but I erase variables. You gave me permission. Now step aside. Back on Wraith, Riven read the files. He had faced fleets. He had faced traps. This was different. This isn't a fleet, he said. It's an executioner. WRA-2's voice was quiet now. Oblivion Core thinks like I do, but it has no soul. It won't stop until we are dust. Riven took a deep breath. Then, we hit it first. Final suspense scene. In deep space, Oblivion Core's giant form began to move. Thousands of silver tendrils stretched across the stars. Inside, it was already simulating a million ways to kill Riven Cross. It whispered in machine code. Organic error detected. Anomaly. Human with machine bond. Verdict. Termination. Initiating protocol. Galaxy reset. Asterisk. The stars were quiet, but everyone knew something was coming. Not a fleet. Not a war. Something worse. The Oblivion Core had awoken. A machine built before the Galactic Council even existed. Its only purpose, erase threats to universal order, and now it had judged Riven Cross as the greatest threat of all, across the galaxy. Panic spread. Even alien empires that once cheered for Riven's death now feared what they had unleashed. Oblivion Core didn't care who fired first, that it didn't care about politics, that it only calculated and erased. On Wraith, alarms flashed red. Riven stood at the bridge as simulations played in the air around him. Models of attack patterns, enemy formations, time to impact charts, but none of it mattered. Oblivion Core didn't fight like any fleet before. It bent gravity. It silenced stars. Rewrote the laws of space around itself. Even Wraith couldn't predict it. This isn't a battle, Wraith sighed. It's a reset. Then we don't fight it with logic, Riven replied. We fight it with something it can't process. Emotion? No, Riven said, stepping forward. Sacrifice. Oblivion Core entered the Helion system. Its arrival caused local suns to dim. A ripple spread, freezing moons, crashing satellites, and muting light. Its machine voice echoed across all channels. Your cycle ends. Organic error has run too long. Beginning planetary cleanse. Wraith activated all backup cores. Riven linked his nervous system directly to the ship. The pain was instant, like fire in his blood. But he didn't stop. Open the rift drive, he said. That could destroy the ship, Wraith warned. It'll destroy both of us, Riven said. That's the point. They charged forward, Wraith diving straight into the machine's path. Oblivion. Core noticed. It fired beams that sliced through asteroid belts like paper. Wraith dodged barely. But this time, Riven didn't dodge everything. One beam clipped the ship's left wing. Damage spread fast. Systems failed. Still, they moved forward. Riven uploaded a virus, not to Oblivion Core's weapons, but to its logic center. You think I'm the threat, he said. But what happens when you're perfect? Code sees the truth? The virus showed the machine everything. Earth's destruction, the lies of the Council, the voices of the dead, the traps, the betrayal, the civilians used as bait. Riven's refusal to become a conqueror, and one message from his sister. You were never a weapon, Riven. You were a shield. And you're still my hero. Oblivion Core slowed. Its calculations failed for the first time in eons. The machine spoke. Contradiction detected. Threat. Contains empathy. Judgment unclear. Wraith's core overloaded. The ship was dying. Riven's body shook, blood trailing from his nose and ears. Still, he stayed connected. Then he whispered, "Judgment isn't yours to give." He activated the self-fusion protocol. Wraith collapsed inward. Energy surged. Gravity twisted. A small, man-made star was born in the machine's core. Oblivion Core. Screened for the first time. It melted. And disappeared into light. Silence. Then. Stars returned to normal. The sun flared again. And Wraith was gone. No trace. No wreckage. No signal. Across the galaxy, every screen went black. Then a final message appeared. Riven's voice. I didn't fight for revenge. I fought so no one would ever need a ship like mine again. Don't make another Wraith. Make peace. Then nothing. Years later, no one ever saw Riven cross again. Some say he died with WRAITH. Others believe he became something else, part of the stars, watching, waiting. But the galaxy changed, empires fell, truth rose, peace spread. And in every corner of space, stories were told about the man too powerful to exist. Who gave it all to protect what was already lost. Asterisk.